It concerns me. As a Muslim, it concerns me. As a son of Dawat-e-Islam, it concerns me even more. And the answer I get is that life is difficult. थोड़ी सी मायूसी भी है. And the people are looking around and they are asking each other what to do. हमें क्या करना चाहिए? They are looking for solutions, they are looking for answers, they are looking for direction, they're looking for leadership. And it seems as if wherever you look, there seems to be a vacuum of answers. And there is a sadness, uncertainty about the future of Muslims. And I would like to take you on a small journey in history to make you understand in the timeline of mankind where you are. आप लोग इस वक्त कहाँ हैं? हम लोग as Muslims, where are we? If you look at the history of Muslims in the 8th century, when the Muslims were fighting the Crusaders, the Christian Crusaders, there was a long jung, there was a long war. And in the Christian writings, not in the Muslim writings, in the Christian writings they write that when they slaughtered the Muslims and they were walking over the bodies, the blood came to their ankles. This is how much massacre and genocide has taken place in the past, in the 8th century. In places like Palestine, in Syria. And when you go to the 9th and 10th century, you will see that places like Sicily in Europe, Muslims were massacred then as well. And then when you move further to the 10th, 11th, 12th century, you see that Muslims were massacred by the Mongols in the larger Asia area of Mongolia. And there was huge amount of genocide committed. The Mongols used to call Muslims slaves. They gave all Muslims this word, slaves. Muslims were not allowed to fast. They were not allowed to eat halal. They were not allowed to practice Islam. If you move to the 13th, 14th century, you see that the Mongols had invaded Baghdad Sharif. The Abbasi Khalifa had been destroyed by the Mongols. The biggest library of Islam, where light and nur rejuvenated the entire world, the center of ilm. They destroyed the library and all the books were thrown into the river of Tigris. It is written that the river flowed black because of the ink of the books. Remember, there was no printing in those days. Everything was written by hand. Books that had been written from the time of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam were destroyed. This is when the sons of kings and queens around the world, they used to send their sons and daughters to learn about the different ulooms, about ilm, to Baghdad Sharif. All destroyed. Then when you move on to the 18th, 19th century, you see that the same genocide was committed by the Russians against the Turkish Muslims. And only in 1994-95, genocide happened in Bosnia against Muslims. Persecution against Muslims is nothing new. Discrimination and hatred against Muslims is nothing new. We as Muslims must realize why this is happening. When we realize the reasons, we find what the solution is and how we can stop this. We realize that the reason lies within us as Muslims. It doesn't lie because of non-Muslims. We shout and scream that non-Muslims are doing this to us, non-Muslims are doing that to us. What are you expecting from them? Are they your saviors? वो हमारे मददगार हैं क्या? जो मुसलमान नहीं है क्या वो मुसलमानों के मददगार हैं? मददगार बस अल्लाह सुब्हानहू व तआला है। अल्लाह सुब्हानहू व तआला मददगार है। Why are you asking the non-Muslims to help you? When we turn our direction for help towards others, then this is the impact of what is going to happen. We need to change our nazariya, our thinking. We need to change our ways as human beings, as Muslims. We need to recondition our thinking. There was a time, if you read the history of Islam and Muslims, there was a time that Muslims ruled the world for 700 years. 700 साल तक मुसलमानों ने पूरी दुनिया की क़यादत की है। पूरी दुनिया के उलूम elevated to the highest levels. उस ज़माने में जब बच्चा पैदा होता था, when he was born by the age of 12 and 13, he used to be Hafiz al-Quran. When he reached the age of 16, 17, 18, he was an alim. When he moved on, he started the ulooms of different sciences. He was a medicine, he was an alim. He was an engineer, he was an alim. He was an astronomer, he was an alim. He was a businessman, he was an alim. He was a farmer, but he was an alim. He was a pottery man, but he was an alim. He used to be the most basic person, but he was an alim. He had ilm. Ilm was mandatory. Every single person walked with ilm in his mind and his heart and a yaqeen on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that everything that existed was for He alone. सब कुछ है अल्लाह सुब्हानहू व तआला के लिए है। ये यकीन के साथ ये बिलीफ हमारे दिल और जिंदगी में था, वो हट गया। नौजवानों से आजकल पूछें कि सुबह किस लिए उठते हो, दोपहर में क्या ख्यालात होते हैं, तुम्हारी ख्वाहिश क्या होती है? You know the response they give you? I want to be the next billionaire. मैं ये खरीदना चाहता हूँ, मैं वो खरीदना चाहता हूँ. I want to buy the latest iPhone. I want to do this. I want to do that. नजरिया बदल गया है. चाहे तुम मानो या न मानो, look deep down in your heart. What has happened? शैतान खामोशी से अल्लाह सुब्हानहू व तआला के दिमाग